Democracy. It's truly mankind's greatest invention. What could be more beautiful than democracy? But when the horrors of the stars are on our doorstep and democracy is threatened, where will you be? Sitting on the couch with a cold beer like a lazy, no-good degenerate? Or fighting the alien threat on the front lines, protecting democracy, and by extension the interest of a capitalistic mechanism that only truly benefits the very wealthy? That's right, pick your lazy ass up off the couch and join the Helldivers today. Democracy, it's worth protecting. So Helldivers straddles this really awesome line for me. It's filled with political satire, it touches on my love of Starship Troopers, it's just really good co-op shooter, it's awesome. It comes from the team who developed the fantastic RPG Magicka, so Helldivers came with a pretty glowing recommendation for me because I love Magicka. And really it's a similar concept. Just replace magic with guns and wizards with hardened soldiers. Actually, I think they did this once already. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I reference obscure Swedish RPGs, Helldivers is a co-op multiplayer shooter that places you in the shoes of a Helldiver, a valiant defender of democracy from the hordes of aliens who desire nothing more than to destroy our way of life. The defense of democracy in the Super Earth way comes in the form of a top-down twin-stick shooter. Teams of up to 4 Helldivers participate in missions with varying objectives on all sorts of worlds in order to liberate those planets from the evils of tyranny. It's got some pretty beautiful visuals, some ridiculous over-the-top gameplay, and fantastic delivery that give it a lot of immediate charm. And its constant jabs are actually genuinely funny. It all really comes together pretty well. Shooting itself is pretty satisfying, and there's a wide variety of weapons to choose from, but you're also given access to stratagems, which come in 3 distinct flavors. Stratagems are basically a call down from the ship in orbit to help you out in your game. You've got defensive stratagems that involve dropping turrets or mine-laying aircraft, offensive stratagems which are pretty much just a Baskin-Robbins buffet of bombing runs and artillery strikes, and equipment drops such as massive mech suits, weapons, ammo, jump packs, healing guns, the works. The variety of stuff you can call in and assist in these missions is immense, and that doesn't even really touch on the fact that you can upgrade all of them through samples you acquire during missions and research points, which give them all sorts of new usability, because, when you've got an orbital strike, nothing beats having an orbital strike with even more firepower. But what good are awesome guns and wicked artillery if you've got nothing to shoot at? And Helldivers gives us 3 distinct groups of enemies with which to fire our fantastic weapons upon. The bugs are pretty much what you'd expect if you've ever watched Starship Troopers. They're horrifying and ravenous insects, charging at you in hordes almost mindlessly. The cyborgs are mechanical monstrosities with devious mixes of heavy armor and heavy weapons. And finally, the Illuminate, with a fantastic group of specialist units who are adept at sowing terror and confusion across the battlefield. But the enemies across the field are probably the least dangerous threat to you in Helldivers. Your own artillery, drop pods delivering ammunition, or even your friends can deal just as much damage. Let's get the fuck out of here. Other way, other way, other way, other way. Oh god. I am Dunyan rings. Friendly fire is not just the rule, it's kind of the name of the game. A horribly placed bombing run, or an awkward grenade in my case, can spell the end of your entire mission. Ooh, whoops, crap. Helldivers combines all of this to form a pretty damn fun co-op shooter. One of the best couch co-op games in a long time if you get it on the PS4, and the PC version is just as fun for LAN. The game loses a lot of its luster though when playing solo. Alone, Helldivers quickly becomes just a chaotic twin-stick shooter. This game is made for co-op. Sadly, it's an example of a game that's only really worth it if you have friends to play with. Pugging is fun and all, but it really quickly loses its joy. But if you've got a couple of friends and you can team up and take down the enemies of democracy together, it feels pretty goddamn fantastic. So if awesome co-op battles against horrifying enemies of democracy mixed in with fantastic political satire and murdersome co-op makes you happy, then get in that pod, Helldiver, and defend democracy. Why, hello there, and thank you very much for checking out my video on Helldivers, one of my favorite co-op shooters out today, because it's just so goddamn fun. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please support the channel by liking or subscribing. And if you have anything to say about Helldivers or about the channel, whatever your day was, I don't care, throw it down in the comments. I will respond, including to questions on how your day was, or how my day was, or how anybody's day was. Who knows how days are going. But thank you very much again for watching, and you all have a great one. Put down the clone!